It's your boy Moolah. This week got that file. We're back with another one. And Skip and Shannon about to talk about this horrible freak show that I had to watch last night. Game 3, Lakers Phoenix. Here we go. Oh my God. Adam Silver, what have you done?
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Tapchi with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Skip.
Big smile.
Bring on
Shannon.
the Lakers and the Nets.
There we go,
It's
Skip.
over.
There we go, Skip.
Just get this out of the way.
Wow.
Let's just go Lakers Nets. I'm ready.
Hold on. You done skipped over Portland. You done skipped over Utah, probably Memphis. You done skipped over all of them.
Unfortunately, I skipped over the
The
Clippers.
Nuggets.
We're going to talk about We're going to talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, we are going to talk about them in a minute. Let's
There
talk
we go.
about what we saw last night, or what we didn't see from the Suns. They could only score 95 points against the
Sad,
Lakers
man.
last
Sad.
night, allowing, yes, LA to take a 2-1 series
They had
lead.
40 points in the first half,
Lost to the
man.
Lakers
Sad.
in the finals last year when he played for the Heat. Caught Lakers fans' attention this week when he liked a tweet suggesting that Anthony Davis's championship ring is fake. And things got chippy in the fourth quarter when Crowder challenged LeBron to a
Said it's
one-on-one
fake.
and then was later ejected. Oh, that moment. Shannon, do you believe LeBron had a little something extra for Crowder last night?
No, LeBron doesn't get up too high for very many guys, Skip. It's kind of like, look, I'm not going to put on my Sunday best. I'm not going to be on my best behavior to be my girl's best friend. Now, for her parents, you best believe her. Skip coming like this here, Skip.
Look
Ma'am, how
fancy.
you doing? It's so nice to meet you. I've heard so many things about you.
That's never worked for you before, has it?
No. Skip, you know LeBron doesn't really get too high. He stays out of moments like this. Obviously, he knows what Kevin Durant or Giannis or some of these other guys represent. But Jay Crowder, Jay Crowder's had a very difficult time beating
Jay
LeBron come
Crowder.
playoff times. He's what, 3-15, 3-18, something like that? He lost twice to him in Boston.
4-14.
Or 4-14.
Close enough.
So he lost twice to him when he was in
4-14.
Boston. He lost to him last year in Miami.
Yeah.
Now remember, Jay Crowder was a teammate that got traded in 2018 at the deadline.
Played with him.
How many games? Like 53 games with him.
So
Yeah.
maybe he holds Bron culpable, but like at least I would have been went to a championship had I stayed on that team. And he's like, well, LeBron didn't want me there, so maybe he holds something like that against him. But I don't believe LeBron looks at it like, oh, Cynic, man, they got Jay Crowder. I better be on my best behavior.
Jay
I don't think that's how
Crowder.
LeBron approaches the game.
Jay Crowder
I
gonna
just
kill him
think,
tonight. Man,
we saw
forget Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder had
Devin Booker
what,
shot late in the second
2
half,
points?
and he came down
Late
awkward
in the first half.
Hell up out of here with them
and he
numbers.
came down awkward, and I'm like, that didn't look good.
Jay
'Cause, he's
Crowder.
hobbling
You
back
so
up the
busy
court.
worried about
He limps
keep his
off, and
corner
then you see him
rings
come back out, he got his knee
and
wrapped.
trying to
And so I'm
beat
thinking
people
LeBron is
up.
thinking,
Score the
man,
ball.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to have AD.
Dang.
He's hurt.
Ooh,
He
made
went
me
to
sick.
attack. Skip, he ain't settled for no jumper. He's like, I'm going to the rim. I'm getting to the rack. Mikal Bridges ain't nothing you can do.
Is he
I'm
hurt?
getting to the rack.
Is
Jay
these
Crowder,
late?
there's
Is
nothing
they
you can
hurt
do.
or not? I don't know.
And
What's up, man?
He
Did
got
they,
to the rack,
did
and
they
all of a
acting?
sudden it seemed to reinvigorate AD because he became even more aggressive than he was in the first half in the third quarter. Because I think he had like 18 points in the third quarter. So I don't think LeBron
Yeah, he had
got up for Jay
18 in the
Crowder.
third.
I do believe LeBron understood the magnitude of this moment. Make sure we maintain that we
He
took home court
got
from them.
off in the
Let's not let
18.
them seize that back. AD could possibly be hurting. I
Hey,
don't want to be in a situation
come on,
where we're
man.
down
You don't let the
1-2
man get
going
18
into Sunday
in
and
the
don't
third.
know how healthy I'm going to have AD. So I
Yeah,
love what
this
I
is
saw from LeBron, the aggressiveness in the
circus.
third quarter.
Down
Just Skip, if you
19.
think about it, the first half, he didn't drive the ball
7
out one
minutes
time. I
left.
don't think he got within, a couple of feet of the basket. Other than that, shot a three. The first shot, yeah, that three was pure too. Looked good, didn't it, Skip?
Shut up.
That was
That is not your turn.
That- that- that-
1 of 5.
It's not your
1 of
turn.
5?
It's not your turn.
That was pure garbage.
That first one.
Pure
was
garbage,
good.
huh,
But no,
Skip?
Skip, I do not believe he got up for Jay Crowder. He just understood the moment of the ball game.
He just
and
understood the
he
moment,
took
huh?
advantage of it.
I cannot tell you how much I disagree with your takeaway from this madness that ensued last night at Staples.
You believe LeBron James gets up for Jay Crowder?
I think the whole team got up for Jay Crowder because
Jay
I'm going to
Crowder.
drive this point home.
For Jake,
All
really,
you have to
Skip?
do is one little finger swipe, one little keystroke on your keyboard,
Oh, he hit
on
the
your
heart.
little phone or computer, wherever you are.
He hit the heart
All you
button.
have to do is hit the heart button. And you have just shot yourself right in your own heart. Because what he liked was suggesting what I screamed at you all through the finals and after the finals. That ring that you guys won last year was made of, what did I say? Cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
I even had one. I had a
Cubic
ring. I don't know what
zirconia.
happened to it. Somebody stole it. It was pretty valuable. Yeah, somebody stole it from my dressing room because it looked real, but it was cubic zirconia. And the point was, nobody knows better than Jay Crowder that when Miami finally got to the Lakers in the finals as a fifth seed, they had lost Goran Dragic, their leading playoff scorer, and in the midst of game one, they lost their heart and soul. Bam! Kabam, he was gone. Shoulder injury, I don't know. He's never the same the rest of the way. He tried to come back and play. Dragic tried to come back and play, and it was even more embarrassing than Chris Paul was last night. So the point is that when you do that, now you have questioned the Lakers' manhood, their authenticity from a year ago. It's the single stupidest thing you could do going into a game three when you are tied 1-1 in their house. You cannot hit the like. You cannot hit the heart.
Can I ask you a question, Skip? Do you believe Jay Crowder would have said his ring wasn't real if they had beaten the Lakers?
No, well, obviously not. And the irony of this is you're kind of discounting your own team. You're undercutting because you're on that team that they beat, right? Okay.
So y'all would have won.
The point is,
your ring fake now.
You're up against it already. Listen, Chris Paul, I try to, I try to go with this. I try to say, oh, he's okay. And he made a couple of shots in the first half that were reasonably impressive. Right. He's a sad shell of himself. He can't do anything. He barely played in the second half because he just can't go.
Skip, why not rest him and give him 72 hours to try to recover? Because what good is that, Skip? What good is it playing the first half?
I don't know. You were correct about that. Just sit him down.
Right.
And, let's put this back in because you know and I know what a stinger is.
Sit him down, man.
Yes.
Okay.
Sit him down. They should have set him down game 3.
Because you know and I know it comes and
Boom,
it comes
bring
hot
back
and hard,
game 4.
and then it goes.
They don't normally linger like
They do
that.
not linger. Something went really wrong. He's got some cervical issue in his disc.
Right.
I don't know if he needs a surgery
Right.
to correct it, but he's getting the shooting pain consistently down his arm
Right.
to the point he is injured.
Right.
He wasn't just hurt. A stinger is you get hurt, but this is injury,
Right.
right? So you can
crazy,
fight
man.
through the stinger.
Well,
It's
he
not
is 30%,
pleasant, as you well
man.
know, but you can shake it off after a
33%.
while and go forward.
CP3,
He can't go
3.
forward. Look at what he's doing so far. He's averaging 6.7 points a game in 3 games and 6.3 assists in 3 games. For the year, he averaged 16 and 9.
Right.
He was in the MVP conversation.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes.
What was that team without him a year ago? Well, they won their last 8 games
6
in the
and
bubble.
6. What we gonna do with
Mr.
that? Come on,
They
man.
missed the playoffs because going into the bubble,
Sit
they
that
were
man down,
26
man.
and
Go ahead and
39.
get paid.
That's no Chris Paul.
Right.
That
CP3
team you
talk
saw
to
last
Payne,
night
give him some
was your
pointers,
basic
man, for
26
game
and
4.
39 Phoenix Suns.
Right.
Wish him the
Because
best.
he is their heart
Get
and
you
soul.
some rest
He
for
is their
game
driving
5.
force.
You know.
He can't do anything. Look
Do
what
He's
you?
the worst person, plus minus of anybody that touched the court last night.
Thank you very much. And in the second half, he scored 0. So it's like he got shut down in the second half. He's mostly wearing his warm-ups,
Skip,
right?
he can't shoot outside of 6,
He
7
can't
feet.
shoot. He's 3 of 6 from the free throw line. He led the NBA in free throw shooting at 93%.
He did.
He can't even do that. So it's pathetic to watch.
Sit him down.
It's disqualified. It's over. It's a joke. It's a cakewalk. And yet, the other guy I try to love on the Phoenix Suns is Devin Booker. I keep trying to crown him. I want him to be a superstar. He's clearly a star.
Right.
But he can't shoot threes. He's deadly from mid-range.
Right.
But if you step him back 1 or 2 more steps from the mid-range, he's 34%. So far in these 3 games, he's
We gotta step that up. We need a 40
If you
piece.
look at what he did last night,
40%, man.
wasn't
He's not
pretty good.
efficient either.
No, he's 6 of 19 last night and 1 of 4 from 3.
I knew he was off.
17 the other night.
7 for
was, and it's
17,
not
6
good
for
enough.
19.
He
That's
can
what we
torment you
supposed
the
to do
way
with that.
Steph tormented you in the play-in game. He
We
can
can't
make
do
you
nothing with
sweat.
that.
Right.
Devin's not making anybody sweat, right? The book on book is after 20 feet, he can't shoot. So they're daring him to shoot after 20 feet. And they double him sometimes, but they weren't just all over him
He's trying to get to his mid-range, or he's trying to get to the basket.
Yeah.
Draw fouls.
Okay, so my point is,
It was sad, y'all.
he's not hot. Chris Paul is just not. And And what would possess Jay Crowder to do that? Because once you go kaboom on that little heart,
Right.
now you've sent a message. You guys were frauds last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Now you're playing the first playoff game in what's it been, 8 years
Right.
at Staples? Well, you can't tell me they didn't know that, because look at the USA Today story. That they did not make an issue of this on television, and I
Right.
couldn't hear it, but the USA Today story from Mark Medina, who was, I assume, at the game, shortly after the game started, Laker fans started chanting insults at Crowder. Thankfully, the fan behavior did not mimic what happened in Philadelphia and at the Knicks games, and he didn't mention Utah, but the point was, he says it was relatively civil. Well, that means it was pretty below the belt in what they were chanting at Jay Crowder, but he asked for it, and he got it.
But Skip, this is why I'm saying LeBron. Now, if you tell me AD took it personal,
he might have.
I got no problem, because not only did you question the veracity of his championship, you got to guard it. Skip, that's who got to guard it, because they start the game. Mikal Bridges starts on LeBron.
He does.
Ayton starts on Drum.
Yeah.
And Jay Crowder got AD. Now, the guy that you got to guard, that's 6'10", that's an all-NBA player.
Giving you the business.
Regarded as one of the top players in all the NBA.
He is.
You just basically said, man, that championship you got is fraudulent.
Fraudulent.
You a fraud, and you got a fraudulent championship.
It was actually aimed at AD. I just thought LeBron would take it just as
No,
personal.
AD did.
Okay, but you cannot tell me
Mm-mm.
LeBron didn't have a ball last night in the second half, taunting and
Well, yeah, I heard him. Crowder. Messing up, Crowder. He cost them all the momentum or whatever, man. Don't be clicking on likes and stuff, man, on them people's pages, man. King always watching, man. AD and them, the Lakers, the champs, whatever you want to call them, they watching. So, it's your boy Moolah. This week got that fact, and we'll be back with another one, just like that. I see it just like that.